Welcome to another edition of Camp Dolphins All Access. This one, a Tampa edition. Mike Cugno joined by Bokamper. Bo, first thing I noticed, it's just as hot in Tampa as it is in Miami, but cool to see it heat up on the field. Couple little friendly interactions between the Bucs and the Dolphins today, but just first, overall, what'd you think of the day?
Well, first of all, I'd be a little disappointed if there weren't a couple of skirmishes in there because you're seeing some new people, and it's important to it. And I think that there's a lot of good work out here. You know, they start off with a lot of one-on-one work. I, in particular, was paying attention to the offensive line, who I think the first group held up pretty well. Second group needs some work, but against a good team. So I think they're working well. And I was interested to see in 11-on-11 and some of those different things, what they were going to do with the receivers. You know, I saw Waddle and Tyreek Hill lined up right next to each other a couple times. And let me ask you a question. Is the first pass of any drill that means anything this year for the Dolphins, Tua's going to go to Tyreek Hill the first play of every section?
I think it's most passes are probably you're going to look that way first.
But he hit him early on. He hit him right down the middle, which we've seen during training camp, and he continues to do that, going over the top in the middle. So that's good to see those guys get together against a team that's working harder. I'm not saying that they're not working harder at their own training camp, but there's that added part of it that, hey, this is another team. You're wearing a different uniform. The intensity is always up, and against that good intensity of the Tampa Bay Bucs, I thought the receivers did pretty well out here.
Now, during the regular season last year, the Bucs hung 40 on this Dolphins team, and the Dolphins defense, Xavien Howard said, look, that still left a bad taste in my mouth even coming in here today. They were kind of critical of their play today, said they started off slow but picked it up towards the end. On the defensive side of the ball, what did you see?
And I was talking to X a little bit as he was walking off the field, and he said, you know what, they put a little pressure on you, and sometimes you got to give that pressure right back. And that's kind of what he's doing. I think he's out. I think he in particular is out to prove that he's a better player than he's been the last couple of years. There's people there, and he's got receivers out here that are pushing him to make him better, and he's making them better. So I like all that work between the receivers and this entire secondary that's working out there. So everyone's getting good work, and you're seeing some of the young guys stepping up and making plays out here.
Anyone overall, offense or defense, really kind of impressed you today?
Well, I saw Preston Williams make a nice play. He had an opportunity, got in, had a nice catch, and I think that's going to bode well for him, to give him a little more confidence and maybe give the coach a little opportunity to throw the ball to him a little more. Cedrick Wilson, I watched him make some good plays. He's kind of making a name for himself here in training camp a little bit. So some of those guys that are you know, today this is the time now for them to make a name, especially if they're a free agent, a young guy, someone that's not really getting a lot of reps. You get a couple good reps against another team, then you're going to see more of them and more, and that's the only way some of these guys are going to make the team.
Let's look ahead a little bit, because obviously the game is on Saturday. Don't foresee a lot of the starters playing. Any chance we see Tua and some of the first-team receivers? You know,
at best, I think we would see Tua for a quarter. I mean, a series. Yeah. I would doubt that we would see Waddle or Tyreek Hill in there in any capacity. Let the other guy go. But I think you need to give. I think Tua needs to get some work with that unit, the offensive line in particular. Look, we had a couple high snaps again. Got to get working on that. So I think one series for him. If it goes 3 plays, maybe you bring him in for another, but I don't think it's going to be much more than that.
They've been here a couple of days doing some team building. Tua said the guys all went out to dinner yesterday. He picked up the tab. I was thinking we should do that with our quarterback, John Kangemi, but John, I mean, he just disappeared. He must have heard that quarterbacks pick up tabs and left.
I've been to dinner a lot with John, and John always, you know, towards that last round of dinner, he always goes, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And that's the last you see of him.
All of a sudden the check comes.
And it's all gone. He's gone. So
didn't even have to alligator arm it. All right. Well, Bo, we're going to be back here tomorrow. Steve Goldstein's going to join Camp Dolphins All Access. Then he'll be on the play-by-play, of course. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of Camp Dolphins All Access from Tampa. Thank you for joining us once again out here in Tampa Bay.